All right, January 5th, 2021, Toronto. If you're joining a channel for the first time, I do biking and walking videos in the city. We're in Bathurst and Queen Street area of the city. A wet and a chilly day. Wet and a chilly day. I'm gonna get onto Queen Street and head west. Checking out all the old school buildings and all sorts of stuff. I came here today to buy a fleece blanket. I didn't record it. I went to the shop and these people were eating. The three of them in the shop were eating. Let me zip up. Eating falafel and that kind of stuff. The whole place smelled like yummy food, but the prices were high. Sorry. The prices were high and the material wasn't as good. They did have a good selection of colors, but the fleece was what I call a fake fleece. It wasn't very thick. So I went across and it's the old European guy who said he owned the building for a while and he's been here. I had a good talk with him actually. It would have been worth recording. But anyway, so I bought from him for $12 a yard. So about 2 yards. Hopefully, let's cross this before we get killed. Hopefully it's enough. It's just extra fleece blanket. It works like a charm keeping you warm. Let me put my hoodie up a bit. Alright, good. Here we go. Let's see how it works. And then it's always a good idea to have an extra fleece blanket in the car in the winter time if you're driving anywhere. It's always good. If you get stuck, an extra fleece blanket in the car will it possibly could save your life, you know, especially in colder climates, you know, North America. You know, I would carry like a fleece blanket, maybe moderate minimum equipment. I carry a couple of candles, maybe a lighter, good lighter in it, in case you get stuck somewhere. You're not gonna get stuck long in the suburbs, but you could get stuck a couple of hours, whatever. You know, maybe the battery or something. It's always good to be ready. And if you're traveling out of town on the freeways and stuff, then you got to be much more prepared, because you can easily cause trouble if you get stuck and you're freezing and don't have enough clothes and all that. The worst is when you jump out of the house wearing your running shoes and nothing, just to go to the corner store. And then next thing you know, your car breaks down. Even for an hour, if you're on the side of a road and you're wearing the wrong clothing, you are going to be freezing. Anyway, so this is Queen Street, Toronto's popular funky neighborhood. And here we go. It still has independent shops. Cool stuff. Today is the first day of lockdown in the city. And cool. And most places are closed. The street is suddenly pretty empty. Pretty empty. Like, what is this place? Like a restaurant or something? Empty. Empty city. Takeout 20% off. Man, the worst time to have any kind of a restaurant business. I'd say the street is for what are we, Wednesday, something like that? Yeah, Wednesday. I said the street is quite empty, which is good for filming. Actually, it's not super busy. We like it all. Can you hear me on the mic? I'm wearing a hoodie and a face shield, so my voice could be muffled a little bit. Oh, lots more people in this center of the street. It's an ice cream place, kind of empty. What does that say? craft store. It's a hair salon. Nobody in it. Why would you want to have a haircut? T-shirt store, head shop these days. We're just checking it out. Posters. It's a cool store. Used to be a lot of these stores on Young Street. Way in the back, you know, T-shirts. I guess you call them head shops. Head shops. Head shops? No, head shops. Head shop. I do a lot of head shots. That's why I just popped it in my mind. Lots of those kind of stores, head shops in Young Street back in the day. Posters, and I don't even know if anybody else really buys posters nowadays. I don't know. Do they? If you're a kid, do you buy a poster? I mean, by kid, I mean like, I guess, you know, teens, I guess. It's like a glasses store. A few people in there. I did a good walk yesterday. Oh my god, I loved it. I'm going to post the video tomorrow. It's ready actually, but I decided to post a video of my friend walking on an icy Bay Street. Yesterday's walk was sunny. Oh my god, I miss the sun so much. Funky shoes. And this thing is upside down. Is it? Yeah, my monitor's upside. Oh, good. Anyway, so I did an amazing walk. Felt good. Like an hour. I filmed it, took some street photos. Very nice. And I did another walk at night. I did film it, but it's a private video. I was experimenting with different settings and just telling stories. My night walks are, I walk in the wooded area, forest kind of an area, side streets. Way too dark to film. So I don't publish them because they are so cool houses up there. Too dark. And it will get boring real quick. Unless I have a good story, which I don't rehearse, so. Looking back on Queen Street. If you're watching from outside of Toronto, I do biking and walking videos in the city. Right now we're in Toronto. This is like a kind of a funky area. I would call it the East Village feel to it. It has an East Village feel to it. See that clicking sound? That's my camera. Fuji X100. I don't know what it is. Fuji 100D or X or whatever. I don't know. Follow anymore. Cheroni's here. It's a good pizza place. My camera keeps hitting my pocket. In my pocket there's gotta be something. This is a great Italian pizza place. It's kind of empty now, but Doc's leather. Look at this guy. Yeah, Tironi is an amazing restaurant for Italian pizzas and pastas and salads and all that kind of fatty stuff, yummy stuff. But I used to come there a lot. I haven't been there for a while. I always take my friends and models and, you know, always there. It's great for Italian food. One of my favorite Italian restaurants. Not very fancy, very kind of raw. It's not a very, it's a great food, but it's not super fancy, sit down and all that kind of, just sit down, but it's not super fancy. Look at this car coming. I like this shot. Just moments in time in the city with Film Mission on a dark, rainy, depressing January 2022. It's not that depressing, is it? Why not? Once you start walking and get some blood in your head, you start feeling better. I recommend walking and exercising in the wintertime will make you feel much better. This is a cool store. I like this store. Oh, I need this thing that attached to slowly foot boots, and they stop you from sliding. That's a cool store. Reminder, you know, shoes will fit. cosmetics. Cool, old store. Old store, old store, old store. Keep going. What is this camera hitting now? It's hitting all sorts of stuff. I got car keys in my pocket. Okay, let's put the car keys in the other pocket. I drove here and I made a driving video. Let's go sock store. What's this? Hanky Panky store. What's this? I guess ice cream. I thought she was waving at me. I thought she was waving at me to come and get some ice cream. Got a church, and look at this. That's a cool, colorful wall. Oh, look at that. I need a photo of that gas station because it looks kind of cool, that area. Okay, let's try it. Let's go for one car. And I like this guy with the dog. Is he gonna get in the shot? Oh, he moved out of the way. That's okay. Oh, that's okay. Look at that. Huge. But you know what? There's buildings behind it, tall buildings. So if they knock these buildings down and they build a taller building in front of it, those guys in the back are gonna lose all their lights and view from the windows. And how's that gonna work out? I don't really understand how that's gonna work out. A couple of shots of these old style schools, old school shops. I'm beginning to forget how to talk. This used to be a cool photo studio back in the 80s. Used to be very old school, and the guy passed away and they kept the studio for a while with his paintings, with his photographs on display for a long time, and then finally they turned into a donut shop or a croissant shop or something. Buildings across. We're looking east on Queen Street. Trinity Bellwood Park, people. Trinity Bellwood. There used to be a lot of people living in tents here last year, and the police came by and knocked everybody out. And it was the most interesting. That's a cool building. I like it. Look at this. It's crazy. And you got a crazy guy next to it too. What was interesting about the police action in this park was that a lot of people the homeless people were okay, they were going to leave, they weren't causing any trouble, but a lot of young people went there and tried to stop the police from throwing these people out. I guess they had some housing for some of them, I'm not sure, but that's not the point. The point is the people who weren't homeless went to protest the police, and the police had their knees on these people's neck, and and they were just throwing them around and nobody said anything. Interesting. Let me see, I don't think there's any more tent action here. The problem with tenting in a park is not, I don't have a problem with that. The problem is when there's so many people that want to do it, because then everybody's going to do it, and then the park becomes like a camping ground. And then people who don't want to camp, they can't really use it. That's the only problem I have with it. Otherwise, you want to camp in the park. I mean, a few people tent or camp or sleep in the park. That's okay. When there's too many, then it becomes a problem. It's a cool shot. Look at these gates. Wow. Somebody spent money on this. Is old school money. I don't know what that is. Parkview Arms. Is that a hotel or a motel? Something like that. And they got a F-U-C-K graffiti right on the park. Love it. Love it. Look how muddy this park is. Very depressing. Muddy. Nobody around. And this section of the street is not exciting. We're gonna end the ride right at the end of that block. Check out those stores and then end it, because yeah, look at this. So how depressing is that? Look at that. Check out the ground. Super muddy, wet, dirty. This film is real, people. We're not editing all the exciting parts. We're showing you everything. Showing you everything. We're showing you everything in the city. Good and the bad. Funky clothings. We're the tourists in the city. We just came here to Toronto. We pretend we're tourists from a small town. I can still hear my camera. What is in my pocket? Oh, I see what it is. I got a flashlight in the pocket. Got a lot of stuff. Carry a ton of. What is this? Check out this. Check out this cool outfits here and this stuff. I don't know. Nothing interesting for me. Maybe you guys find this kind of clothing and all interesting. Alright, we're gonna end the walk right here. That's cool. Like a diner. Oh, that's a cool diner. Let's see if definitely closed, yeah? Yeah, this would be a cool, very cool diner. And a fresh. Oh, these are I've been here too, like a kind of a restaurant. This is good. They've made a patio. That's like a fully enclosed patio. I guess that's all okay. Anyway, thanks for walking with me on this short walk on Queen Street in Toronto. Appreciate you hanging out. We'll see you in the next film.